What was the most gut-wrenching thing your parents did to you? My parents were workaholics who had a knack for neglecting their unwanted child, me. They had started a business together, and that business was their life. My birthdays were often spent without my parents, as they would just give me some money and tell me to go out and buy whatever I wanted. But what would a 10-year-old child want to buy except his parents' attention? That wasn't even the worst part. When I turned 18, I asked my parents if I could work part-time for them at their business. They flat out said they didn't want me there, and then walked away from the conversation. Soon after that, they told me to move out, and even handed me an official eviction notice. I had to get help from a friend's dad who owned a truck. I ended up renting a cramped apartment that had bed bugs in it, and then found a job at the local convenience store. But the manager was a control freak and fired me after a few months. I couldn't find a steady job after that, so I ended up going homeless, which was the lowest point of my life. I tried begging my parents for help, but they couldn't care less and blocked me. Thankfully, one of my friends found out I was living out of a tent and offered to take me in for a little while so I wouldn't freeze. She suggested I contact other members of my family. I was able to call my grandparents from my father's side of the family, and they were very surprised to hear from me. They were furious after learning about the situation and basically adopted me, flying me over to live with them in another state. They even cut my parents off from their will. Anyway, thanks to my lovely grandparents, I was able to go to community college. I graduated with a good degree, and eventually, my grandparents gave me their house. My grandma wanted to live in a warmer climate as the cold winter was getting harder and harder on her health every year. I was sad to see them go.